everyone, finally doing a favorites video. I know I'm a few days short of the end of the month, but I thought better get it up before I don't get a chance to. And honestly, a lot of this stuff is mainly makeup. I don't think I have any skincare, just looking at it here, mainly because I was either trying that Vanessa Megan serum that I've done a review on. I've tried that for a few months, and then since then I've been really doing or trying to work through a lot of the samples, skincare samples that I've gotten from obviously the beauty sample subscriptions that I've had over the last year. So that's sort of covered my skincare, but I'll just get straight into it. It's going to be a bit random, but I'm going to start off with a bunch of bronzers that I've actually been loving. And honestly, I got them in October, I think it was from Crush Cosmetics, or most of these ones, and then I've just loved them through October and all through November. I've been really enjoying them. Now, one that I didn't get through Crush Cosmetics I'll mention first is this one. It's Essence, and if you've been reading my blog, you know I've been obsessed with Essence. I just think it's a good affordable, really cheap price point, but not cheap quality. And this is actually from one of the older collections, I think the Sun Club maybe. It's a bronzing powder, and I know it's not going to show true to color on my camera, but this is a very light, I suppose a light brown, like a sandy orange, if that makes sense. And it's just a lovely silky matte. That's it there. I'll try and swatch these. If you build it, it's actually quite buildable, but it comes off a little bit dirty if you sort of use too much. I only use this very lightly, just when I want to sort of bronzen up the face. But that's that one there. And I think it only cost me a couple of dollars because they discontinued or marked it down at Target. So maybe check out if you can still get these, maybe floating around in your local Target if they've got some of the sales bins in there. And oh, I'm just going to quickly jump onto something else just while I'm mentioning Essence and sort of markdowns. I did a blog about this. This is the it's from the Blooms Etc. range. I think it came out either early in the year or maybe end of last year or something like that. This is actually a perfume, and I just wanted to mention I've been loving it. But like I said in my blog, I thought this was a great stocking filler. Maybe if you're looking for something for maybe a young lady or a girl or some sort of family member that you want to sort of give a little bit extra for Christmas, just to sort of pad out, I suppose, the gifts. Or if you just can't think of anything to give, this is a fragrance. It's an EDT, an eau toilette, I can't even pronounce it, you know what I mean. But because it's $1, it's $1 AU at Target, and this was just lumped on the stand or the Essence bar at my local Target. So have a hunt around, maybe they've got some left there, maybe it's sort of lying around somewhere hopefully, but I thought for $1 it was worth it, because going along with the Blooms or Blossoms theme, when you open up the box, it's like petals opening on a flower, that sort of it. And I thought that was cute, so it doesn't look too cheap, if that makes sense. I mean, it's cheap, but and that's it. Just comes mounted on this little thing, but I go into detail on my blog. But you get 50 mils for $1, and that's the bottle. It's very thick glass, and this is actually made in France. Anyway, and scent wise, it really doesn't smell floral to me. It honestly smells like a sweet candy, like a bubble gum or a grape sort of scent. But I'm not too good on describing scents, but that's what it smells like to me. But anyway, enough of that. Back onto the bronzers. Now the ones I actually got at Crush Cosmetics have been ones I've been really thinking about for ages, forever. Actually, the first one is the Barry M Natural Dazzle Bronzer. Now I'm sure you've all seen this through various videos on YouTube, but this one, I thought about it for about a year and a half, or even more than that. I've been sort of looking at reviews, thinking, and even for the last year it's been in and out of my cart or shopping cart on Crush Cosmetics, but I finally gave in. I got it. You'll know it's sort of like, it's kind of like the NARS sort of finish, but honestly this feels a lot thicker or sort of cheaper than the NARS one. It doesn't really feel rubbery, sort of feels silky or thinner than the NARS one, and that's it in there. It's honestly the darkest, I suppose, bronzer that I have, and it's not a true matte. It's like a satin, I don't know if you call it a satin, but it's got a little bit of sheen to it. My camera, but like I said, it's the darkest one, and I'd use this more as a contour. You can see that there, and this is more of a brown there, but I've really enjoyed it. I've loved it. I've loved it as a contour powder, or even just very lightly as a bronzer. And honestly, just a heads up as well, if you're looking for stocking fillers or something extra for yourself for Christmas. I mean, I got it on Crush Cosmetics. I think it was normally about $19 or something like that, but I've noticed that all of their Barry M products seems to be half price. I'm not sure if they're just discontinuing it or getting a new line in, but if you've been thinking about getting this, go there now, and it's so half price is probably about just under $10, $9 something. It's probably going to come up as. And no, I'm not affiliated with Crush Cosmetics. I just thought, if you're thinking about it, obviously though, you probably could get it cheaper maybe on eBay or somewhere else there, but if you're just in Australia, just want to get it online with no hassles, maybe now's the time to get it. Next thing is the NYX Smooth Skin bronzer. I've been thinking about this, and I think this was under $10 or something on there, and this is in Sunny, the smoothing skin. And sometimes it's a bit tricky to open it, but I actually like that. It doesn't swing open easy, and it's just got the mirror there, and that's it. It's a nice light brown. Yeah, but this actually seems a little bit silkier than the other ones. That's it there. I kept seeing reviews on this and people mentioning it in their hauls, and this is the NYX Matte Bronzer. There's a few different shades you can get. I got the light shade. I don't think Crush Cosmetics has the whole, yeah. And this is much more, I suppose, orangey. It's got a mirror. I've just left the sticker on, and that's it. But I love all of these because they're very silky, very soft. They're not highly pigmented, to be honest. But you can build them up. And again, as you can see, it's a little bit more orangey, or it's like a rusty brown. Uh-oh, that's my baby alarm. I think Blake's awake. So I'm going to pause this and I'll come back. Okay, just back. So as you can see, I've got a little guest next to me. So I'm going to try. This is a first for me, so it may not work. And yes, I might end up with food all over me. I probably want everything I've got. Woo! Yes. And also with his hair, I haven't gelled it. It's just that he decided that the porridge cereal would be better in his hair than in his mouth. So, isn't that right? Okay, quick. Where was I? I did bronzers, that's right. So I did all the bronzers. Yes. Okay. Now what I might do is I might end up just doing an overview of all the different bronzers that I have. And honestly, most of them are matte. So I might do that another time. A couple of face things I have as well, or skinny preparation things. I mentioned the Embryolisse emulsion that I got at IMATS, and I have honestly been really enjoying it. So I've used it all through October, and then on and off in November, because I've been alternating it with this is the Too Faced Primed and Poreless that I mentioned I was going to get. I got this at skincare store. I don't know, I'll put the link down below, but I've really been loving it. And honestly, I preferred to pay that price point on there than I think it's in is it Kit Cosmetics, or one of them that sell it in Australia. I don't want to pay that, so I have loved that and this. And I've either been alternating them or using them together, like this one for pores I've been using sort of around my T-zone, and this one down my neck and everywhere else. And honestly, both of them the makeup glides on and stays on. So at the moment I can't sort of decide between which one I love best, but been enjoying them. Oh yes, and then helping the makeup or foundation stay in place is another thing I got on IMATS. Yes, it's the Ben Nye. It's Ben Nye Final Seal. I won't talk too much about this because I do have a review on this, which I'll link down below, but I've really been enjoying, as you can see, really making the most of that. As far as eye priming, I've been really getting into the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, as again I mentioned in my October haul, so I won't go on too much about that, but that and this one I've been loving. I've been trying to use up my Lime Crime Creaseless, what are you? The Candy Eyed Eyeshadow Helper that I got at Crush Cosmetics. I've been really trying to get through this. Sort of have a about this one. It kind of reminds me of the MAC pots. What are they? The paint pots? But I've never really liked those, and it kind of okay. Oh, I did forget. Also, the L'Oreal BB cream, or the new Magic that I've just got up a review on. I have been loving this. So either on its own, kind of pretending to wear it as a as a primer, an SPF. Yes, I've been really enjoying it. Give me.
Use it, break it, fix it, trash it, change it, melt, upgrade it, charge it, point it, zoom
It's
it, press
all
it, snap it, work it, quick erase it, write it, get it.
So I don't want to edit this too much. I'm just going to do transitions. But this is something else I love. I mentioned many times how much I do really like blotting tissues. Now that it's getting quite warmer, I love to use them anyway. Because I'm trying not to use all of this stuff. This is the e.l.f. Shine Eraser. And sorry, I'm really jumping all over the place. This is one I forgot to mention. I got this as well a few weeks ago from Priceline. This is the Essence 50s Girls Reloaded lipstick, and this is a corally color. This is number 2, I'm Sailing. It is so pretty. It's coming off more pink on camera, but it really is a nice pink coral, and it's so light. It is such a bright summery color, so it's not as dark as it's coming off on camera. I know it's helping me out with the video, but it's another one. Thanks for reminding me. I've been trying to sort of fill in my brows a little bit more. I haven't really done them at the moment, but yes, they're pretty thin, as you can tell. And I've been trying to use up this CK palette that I've had, or Duo. I got this at Chemist Warehouse for a few dollars, but I've been really going for this one. It's kind of like Omega, Max Omega, but a little bit darker. And this is in number 403 Deep Taupe. But that's actually the color that I'm using to fill in my brows. But it actually sort of helps with the gaps in it, if that makes sense. And I've been enjoying this one. This is the angled brush from ecoTools. But I've really loved, or I really do enjoy the sleek Divine palettes. And this is in the, gosh, Paraguaya, that's the box one. And again, I got it from Crush Cosmetics, no surprise. But yeah, I've actually, just a heads up if for some reason you haven't seen my giveaway, I've got a couple of weeks to go, and I'm giving away the Acid eyeshadow palette in that one. But this one, as you can see, is very, again, matches my top, very corally, a very summery sort of palette. So that's what I've been trying to get into on my eyes, more brighter colors, more warmer colors on there. But yeah, that is just, and honestly, these are so pigmented and so velvety. I mean, look, that's just one little wipe over. Gorgeous. And there's a mix of matte, oh, sorry guys, there's a mix of matte and frost finishes or shimmery finishes, but mostly matte. And lovely, and a couple of dark ones that you can use, say, in your crease or what have you. Yes. And yeah, that's the names there, but I love. Now he's sorting out my stationery for me, thank you very much. This is my producer, Blake. Blake, everybody. Thanks guys for watching, take care.